Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. As always, I pray this video finds you healthy, happy and thriving. In today's video, I'm testing out the Arteza Dual Tones Metallic Acrylic Paints, using them in acrylic paint cones to create a freehand go with the flow mandala. While I've got you, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share if you enjoy this video, and please leave a comment down below. It really helps this channel out a lot. The 8 colours in this set are Pearl Electric Blue, Pearl Pink Tulip, Pearl Hot Pink, Pearl Pastel Green, Pearl Rose, Pearl Amethyst Purple, Pearl Golden Hour and Pearl Sky Blue. That was a lot of purr sounds for recording into a microphone this close. These paints come in a set of 8 120ml tubes and were on my Amazon birthday wish list for a while until someone I love finally bought them for me. They cost around £36 for the set, which comes in at £4 per 120ml tube, which I think for premium quality paints is a really fantastic deal. I have actually used 2 of the colours in numerous pieces that you may have already seen here on this channel, the Pearl Purple and the Pearl Sky Blue. However, I'd never tried them all out individually and together until this video, so keep watching to hear my thoughts. I made up my cellophane cones, as you will just have seen, filled them with the paint and was ready to go. Straight off the bat, while filling my paint cones, what I will say is that the paint actually looks premium quality. It has a lovely consistency, heavy body but not too thick, and it flowed into the cones really easily. Sometimes it can be a bit of a pain to make up acrylic paint cones, but in this instance it was quick, easy and painless, dare I say it. If you want to learn how to make your own paint cones, there's a link to a video in the description where I show you exactly how. The colours while filling the cones looked beautiful, not too shimmery, but each one had a subtle, elegant, soft shimmer to them, hence the word pearl in each of their names, I guess. One thing that did make me question the colours in this set at this stage, however, was just how similar the Pearl Pink Tulip, Pearl Hot Pink and Pearl Rose were to each other. Of course, I hadn't actually tested them at this stage, but while filling the cones they didn't seem to have too much difference between them. Anyway, once the paint cones were filled, canvas was ready, markings were done, I was ready to go with no set idea in mind. As you know, here on this channel I do kind of tend to free flow most of my designs, and that's exactly what I did here. The goal was just to hand paint a free flow mandala using all of the colours in this set and somehow make them all work together. This is a 30cm by 30cm square black ready to use canvas, which I bought from The Works here in the UK. It was only £5 for a set of 2 and the quality of them is actually really great. I'm really impressed with them. The black itself is really crisp and has a kind of nice subtle gloss to it, but just a warning, these particular canvases I used smelled quite strongly of chemicals and I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know if it's the paint, the black paint that they've used on them, or they were in the shop next to something that smelled like this. I really don't know. They smell like laundry detergent or fabric softener, you know, the ones that smell really strong and really horrible. So working up close and personal with the canvas itself did give me a little bit of a headache, as I'm quite sensitive to stuff like that, but I guess, as they say, we have to suffer for the art, so that's exactly what I did. Painting this mandala was a real pleasure and joy, and you can watch the video to the end to see how I created this design and even follow along for yourself. While you watch me paint, I'm just going to share a few of my main observations from testing out these Arteza acrylic paints, so you don't have to. So the first thing that I will say is that the consistency of the paint is really good for paint cone work, although maybe on the slightly thicker side. Being on the thicker side means that the paint won't spread or budge once you've placed it down. It stays where you want it to, which is great. However, in terms of filling parts in, such as the petals and the swoops in this piece, because of the thickness, the fills end up being quite textured. They don't look smooth and soft, which is fine for the overall effect, but when you get up close and personal, it can look a bit messy, and I'm a bit particular like that. I don't like things looking messy, so it does kind of bother me a little bit, but honestly, the overall look, it's absolutely fine. For future pieces, I think I'll mix up these paints with a little bit of pouring medium for any parts of my pieces that I want to fill in and flood, just to give a smoother, cleaner appearance to the work. But that's just me going one step extra. You really don't have to do that. And you can see for yourself how it looks in this piece right here. One thing that I do have to share is that in some parts of this piece, like drawing the petal outlines, especially a little bit later on in this video, the golden paint did get quite cloggy, resulting in shaky lines and not achieving the level of neatness and intricacy that I usually like in my work. So that's just something that I do have to share about this piece. In terms of the colours are beautiful, there's no denying that. The subtle metallic sheen in the pigments is really stunning and looks so gorgeous in the sunlight. My favourite colours from this set are the pearl amethyst purple, the pearl electric blue and the pearl sky blue. The pearl golden hour looks very yellow when it's wet, but does dry up to look more golden. I think I'm quite used to my rich gold in the Pebeo Studio acrylics. That's like my favourite. So just using a different golden paint was very, very new for me, and maybe I'm just biased because it is actually a really nice paint. It just does look quite yellow when it's wet. I stand by what I said in terms of the three pink tones looking very similar to each other. When they're wet, you can't really see much difference between them, but once they dry up in the daytime and the sunlight, you can see a little bit of difference between them. It's just not a stark contrast, it's quite subtle. And for pieces like this and this type of work where I'm using very different colours from different parts of the colour wheel, I don't really see the point in using all three just because they are so similar. My favourite of the three pinks would have to be the Pearl Hot Pink. That's a colour that I'm usually just drawn to, so that's probably why, but I just feel like it did have like a really nice sheen to it as well. For future pieces where I'm not just using metallic paints, I'll definitely use these pearl paints for accents, fills and little details. What I will say is just trust the process in terms of the colour of each paint, as they really do pop more once they've dried up. Overall, these paints were easy to make paint cones with and pretty much delightful to use in the paint cones themselves. I don't really have many complaints apart from the small things I've already shared. If you are new to paint cone art or you already have some experience, I'd recommend either way trying out these paints for yourself. I'm a sucker for metallic colours, glitters and anything that shines really. Maybe I'm a magpie. Just ask my husband, who has had glitter on him since the day we met. Sometimes it just materialises on his face and I'm like, where did that even come from? I was really super excited to test these paints out because they were metallics. I love how the design came together in the end. I love that I was able to achieve such intricacy with tiny little dots and the level of details. And I actually think that the colours in this set look really beautiful all together in the same mandala, but that's just me. Let me know what you think. Share a comment down below. Enjoy the rest of this video and let me know if you've used these paints before or if you plan on using them in the future, and let me know what you think of this design in the comments. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. And if you'd like to further support this channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee through the link in the description. Thank you so much for being here, for watching this video, and don't ever forget that your unique voice, talents and gifts are so needed in this world. Sending love, light and peace, and I'll be back with another video very, very soon. Until then, bye!